Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the incredible story of a tech giant's comeback. We're looking at a Wall Street Journal article by Kosaku Narioka that breaks down how SoftBank Group went from losing a ton of money to making a massive profit. And it all comes down to one thing: artificial intelligence.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the headline numbers to see just how big this turnaround was. Then we'll quickly define a couple of key ideas you'll need to know. After that, we'll dive into how AI is driving all this, check out the huge bet SoftBank is making for the future, and talk about why this story matters to all of us. And of course, we'll wrap it all up with 3 key takeaways. All right, let's get right into the main event. We're talking about the Japanese tech investment powerhouse, SoftBank. And the news is they've just pulled off this absolutely wild financial turnaround, going from a really deep loss to a huge profit. Now, check this out, because the scale of this change is just staggering. If you look at the same 3-month window last year, SoftBank was in the red, with a net loss of over 369 billion yen. Fast forward to this quarter, they've flipped it completely, posting a net profit of almost 249 billion yen. That's more than 1.6 billion US dollars. It's just a massive reversal of fortune. Okay, before we go any further, let's just quickly get on the same page with the term net profit. The easiest way to think about it is like the final score. After a company pays for everything it needs, salaries, rent, materials, taxes, the whole shebang, the money that's actually left in the bank, that's the net profit. It's the true measure of how well a business is really doing. So the big question is, how on earth did SoftBank manage a swing like that? Well, the answer isn't that they suddenly started selling more stuff. Nope. It's all about the value of the companies they've invested in, which are getting a massive boost from one of the most powerful trends in technology today. And here's the key to the whole thing. This profit didn't come from just anywhere. It came almost entirely from a part of their business called the Vision Funds. That one division brought in a profit of over 735 billion yen. A year ago, it had a loss of about 310 billion yen. So yeah, this is where all the action is. So what exactly are these Vision Funds? Just imagine a giant treasure chest, a really, really big one that SoftBank fills up with billions of dollars. They then use that treasure to find and invest in what they think are the most promising young tech companies out there. The startups that could become the next huge household name. And this is what's making that treasure chest grow. The main reason the Vision Funds are doing so well is because of the global excitement, and let's be honest, the hype around artificial intelligence. Everybody wants a piece of the AI pie, and that's making the AI companies that SoftBank invested in years ago suddenly worth a whole lot more money. Let me give you a couple of perfect examples. You've got ARM Holdings, the company that designs the basic blueprints for the chips inside almost every smartphone, and now a ton of AI systems. And then you have OpenAI, the creators of the game-changing ChatGPT. SoftBank owns big pieces of these companies, so when they win, SoftBank wins. And you better believe investors have noticed. I mean, look at this chart. SoftBank's stock price pretty much doubled in 2025. And we're just a little way into 2026, and it's already up another 9.5%. That is a huge vote of confidence from the market, all because of their big bet on AI. So that brings us to their game plan now. See, SoftBank isn't just sitting back and enjoying the ride on this current AI wave. No way. They are paddling as hard as they can to catch the next, even bigger one by pouring billions more into what they think is coming next. Get ready for this number. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that SoftBank is talking about investing up to an additional $30 billion into OpenAI. I mean, that's not just a small bet. That's a gigantic wager on one single company that they believe is going to shape the entire future of AI. And remember, this potential new investment is on top of what they already have. As of last December, SoftBank was already holding an 11% stake in OpenAI, making them one of its biggest backers. If this new deal goes through, they'd basically be one of the kingmakers in the world of AI. But they're not stopping there. They also just agreed to spend $4 billion to buy a company called Digital Bridge Group. Now, what do? They manage digital infrastructure. Think of things like huge data centers, the physical buildings packed with computers that are the essential backbone for training all these powerful AIs. And they made another massive move, buying the robotics division from the huge Swiss company ABB for over $5 billion. So this isn't just about software and code, they're buying the hardware, the actual physical robots.
Okay, so when you put all these pieces together, the strategy becomes crystal clear. SoftBank is betting everything on a future where super smart artificial intelligence isn't just living on our computer screens. They believe it's going to be combined with physical robots to completely change everything from manufacturing to logistics and maybe every other industry we can think of.
So you might be thinking, all right, that's a lot of money, but why does one company's financial report really matter to me? Well, this is about way more than just the numbers on a page. This story is a huge signpost for the entire tech industry and shows us where the really big money is heading. Think of this news as a multi-billion-dollar vote of confidence in the future of AI. It shows that all the hype we hear about isn't just talk, it's translating into real, enormous financial value. And because SoftBank invests so much money, the choices they make can actually help decide which AI technologies get the funding to grow and which ones get left in the dust. You could even say it's like a health check for the whole tech investment scene. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here. So if you're going to remember just 3 things from our whole discussion today, let's make it these. Here are the 3 big things. Number 1, the turnaround. SoftBank went from losing billions to making a profit of $1.6 billion. Number 2, the AI engine. This whole comeback is being powered almost completely by the massive boom in artificial intelligence. And number 3, the future bet. They aren't cashing out and playing it safe. They're doubling down, getting ready to pour tens of billions more into AI and robotics. And all of this leaves us with one final, really big question. Now, SoftBank has a history of making these huge, bold bets, and sometimes they've gone spectacularly wrong. So is this enormous all-in bet on AI a brilliant move that will set them up for decades to come? Or are they just repeating past mistakes, tying their entire future to a trend that might turn out to be another tech bubble? I guess only time will tell.